A woman steps into the dazzling world beside the richest man on the planet. But what did she sacrifice to achieve that flawless look? The secrets of nearly $400,000 worth of cosmetic procedures are waiting to be uncovered. When a woman appears beside the richest man in the world, the public does not only see a love story, but also witnesses a long journey of transformation filled with mysteries. Lauren Sanchez, known as a talented television host and an experienced helicopter pilot, has become the center of attention not because of her career, but because of the changes in her face and figure over more than 2 decades. What really happened behind the spotlight, and why did these changes cost nearly $500,000? At the beginning, Lauren already possessed an enviable natural foundation. Aesthetic experts once remarked that she had exceptionally thick hair, naturally arched eyebrows, and a firm jawline that created a youthful and energetic appearance. Such natural beauty required only care, not drastic interventions. Yet under the keen eye of plastic surgeons, subtle changes were visible even in her early years. Most notably, her nose was seen as the first sign. Comparing her early career photos to later ones, her nasal bridge became slimmer and her tip narrower. This was believed to be the result of rhinoplasty, possibly done very early, when she was only 14 or 15 years old. This step was both bold and risky, as her face had not yet fully matured. Many teenage patients later regret such choices, but Lauren seemed willing to take that risk in pursuit of the image she desired. By the early 2000s, as Lauren entered her 30s, the signs of cosmetic intervention became more apparent. Wrinkles around her eyes and forehead were smoothed out with Botox. Her eyebrows appeared significantly higher than in her youth, a change unlikely to be explained by Botox alone, suggesting a brow lift. Her cheeks also appeared more prominent, likely the result of cheek implants, a procedure that added volume while sharpening her overall look. And her lips, once naturally thin, began to look fuller, especially at the corners, indicating the use of fillers. These initial steps laid the foundation for Lauren's transformation. From a naturally beautiful face, she gradually entered the world of intentional perfection, a realm where every detail, from the nose and brows to the lip line, was adjusted and crafted like a piece of art. From this point onward, Lauren embarked on her costly journey, where every cosmetic procedure was not just about improvement, but a deliberate step toward the flawless image she was determined to build. The year 2002 marked a major turning point in Lauren Sanchez's beauty journey. At the age of 33, she no longer relied solely on her natural good looks, but began to step deeper into the world of cosmetic surgery. This was also the stage when many women start noticing the first signs of aging: faint lines across the forehead, crow's feet near the eyes, and a slight slackening of the skin. But for Lauren, each change was not simply about preserving youth. It felt like a declaration. She would not allow time to define her destiny. Botox became the first companion on this journey. Those tiny injections erased traces of fatigue, keeping her forehead smooth and her eyes bright. Yet, when photos were compared, there was something more. Lauren's eyebrows had lifted much higher, giving her gaze a youthful, almost permanently surprised look. Experts quickly noted that this effect could not be explained by Botox alone. Most likely, it was the result of a brow lift, an intervention that gave her a fresher, stronger expression. Next, her cheeks took center stage. Lauren had always had naturally full cheekbones, but during this period, the change became striking. The upper cheek area protruded, giving her face a sharper contour, resembling the chiseled features of Hollywood stars. Specialists believe she opted for cheek implants, a bold decision that reshaped her entire appearance. The soft lines of youth gradually gave way to a more architectural structure, stronger, sharper, as if Lauren was rebuilding her own face. And then, her lips. What was once just a small feature became a distinctive signature. The corners began to look fuller, turning her smile into something more sensual, though noticeably different from before. It might have been hyaluronic acid fillers, or perhaps silicone, which at the time was popular for creating a longer-lasting effect. Whatever the method, those lips became Lauren's new statement of beauty. This stage represented the moment she moved from subtle tweaks to visible interventions, changes that transformed her entire look. And from here, Lauren's metamorphosis was no longer a hidden secret behind the lights, but a story that the world began to watch closely. By 2003, at the age of 34, Lauren Sanchez once again stirred curiosity. Photographs capturing her smile revealed something new. Her upper gums had begun to show. It may sound minor, but for plastic surgeons, this was an important clue to anticipate future procedures. Any lip-lifting technique, if not carefully calculated, could worsen a gummy smile. And Lauren, it seemed, was venturing deeper into the challenging realm of cosmetic transformations. In 2004, her appearance underwent even more dramatic changes, prompting a question everyone was asking: what exactly was Lauren searching for in her own face? Her jawline became noticeably wider, squarer, and more powerful. Such a shift was unlikely to be natural and was most likely the result of jaw implants. Suddenly, Lauren's face looked as though it had been sculpted with precision tools, giving her a striking, almost architectural allure. At the same time, her lips continued to evolve. The corners grew increasingly full, though not perfectly symmetrical. The right side appeared plumper than the left. Even the most experienced surgeons admit that perfect symmetry is almost impossible to achieve. That tiny imbalance only added to the intrigue. Was Lauren willingly accepting risk in exchange for a sensual and distinctive look? Taken as a whole, Lauren appeared to have crossed the line from subtle refinements into visible transformations. The once soft, youthful face was giving way to a sharper, more structured form. The natural tenderness of youth had been replaced by sleek, defined contours that exuded both sharpness and allure. What made this phase particularly fascinating was Lauren's silence. She never spoke publicly about what she had undergone. Each change, each photograph, became a clue for the media and the public to piece together, to speculate and analyze. And that silence only deepened the mystery. Observers weren't just looking at a beautiful face. They were following a puzzle, where every new feature revealed another fragment of the secret behind Lauren Sanchez's seemingly flawless smile. From 2005 to 2009, Lauren Sanchez's transformation seemed to quiet down. Photographs from this period did not reveal any major changes, and that silence only fueled public curiosity. Had she paused to let her face settle after the dramatic interventions of earlier years? This calm felt like the interlude of a musical piece, preparing for the next crescendo. Then, in 2010, at the age of 41, the changes once again became visible. The first detail that drew attention was her teeth. Even when her lips rested slightly apart, her upper front teeth were exposed. This was unusual, since at rest, teeth are rarely so visible. Many experts suggested this could have been the result of additional lip fillers, or perhaps simply the natural course of aging. But with Lauren, every shift seemed like a potential sign of a new cosmetic procedure. Beyond the smile, her face revealed another detail experts could not ignore. The mid-cheek area began to hollow out. This indentation, for those who noticed, was characteristic of buccal fat removal, a procedure designed to slim the face and accentuate the cheekbones. Though this trend would only truly explode in popularity after 2022, the technique had already existed for years, and Lauren may have experimented with it much earlier. The question lingered: did she actively seek out this new method, or was it merely the effect of natural weight loss? Regardless of the answer, one thing was clear: Lauren was shaping a new version of herself, one that was sharper, stronger, and more deliberate than the soft beauty of youth. Step by step, her features were being architecturalized, structured, calculated, and precise. To the public eye, she was no longer just a straightforward television host. She was a woman willing to transform herself to match her evolving role and social position. Each photograph, every detail, invited new questions. How far was Lauren willing to go, and where was the ultimate limit in her pursuit of perfection? After the dramatic changes of 2010-2011, Lauren Sanchez entered a new phase between 2012 and 2014. During this time, her face seemed to stabilize. There were no sudden or controversial alterations, and Lauren appeared to be enjoying the results of her earlier procedures. Everything looked more harmonious, and the public began to accept this new image of her: sharp, captivating, and slightly mysterious. However, this calm did not last forever. By 2016, at the age of 47, what the beauty industry and media could not ignore was her skin. When Lauren appeared in public, people were astonished. At nearly 50 years old, she possessed a smooth, taut complexion that showed almost no signs of aging. This could not be attributed to genetics alone. It was undoubtedly the result of a professional, carefully designed skincare strategy. Experts believe Lauren regularly used the most advanced treatments, scheduled chemical peels, laser therapy to refine texture, and microneedling, combined with platelet-rich plasma to stimulate regeneration. Each of these sessions could cost thousands of dollars, but in return, she achieved flawless skin that many women her age could only dream of. This was the silent investment in her transformation, proving that Lauren didn't rely solely on surgery, but also committed to consistent, high-end maintenance. From 2017 to 2020, Lauren maintained this stability. Her face did not show dramatic new changes, but her youthful appearance remained. This led observers to wonder, had she found her perfect formula, blending major past surgeries with ongoing dermatological care? Then, 2021 became the most significant milestone in her metamorphosis. At the age of 52, Lauren appeared with a look that many could hardly believe. Her cheeks were fuller and sharper than ever, suggesting that her previous implants had been revised or replaced. This is a complex procedure requiring surgeons to make incisions inside the mouth to insert new implants, adapted to the natural tissue changes that come with age. Most striking of all was her jawline. For most women in their 50s, sagging skin and muscle laxity are unavoidable, yet Lauren showed a jawline that was tight and sharp, as if time had skipped over her. Specialists almost unanimously agreed that she had undergone a comprehensive facelift, one of the most complex and expensive cosmetic surgeries. The skillful incisions around her earlobes and hairline were nearly invisible, but trained eyes could still spot the subtle signs of surgical repositioning. At the same time, Lauren's brows were noticeably lifted, indicating that she likely combined her facelift with a brow lift. Her eyes, which once showed drooping upper lids, now looked brighter and more youthful, pointing to a probable eyelid surgery. Together, these interventions created an image that mesmerized the public. Lauren Sanchez, a 52-year-old woman presenting a face that was firm, youthful, and seemingly untouched by time. In 2022, as Lauren Sanchez turned 53, her transformation continued to spark public curiosity. After the impressive facelift and cheek revision of 2021, Lauren's face had reached a sharpness rarely seen in women over 50. Yet photos from 2022 revealed another change, this time focusing on her lips, a feature that had long been her signature. When comparing images, a clear asymmetry became noticeable in her upper lip. The right side appeared higher than the left, creating a slight imbalance whenever Lauren smiled or spoke. Cosmetic experts quickly identified this as a common effect of hyaluronic acid fillers. While safer and more advanced than silicone, fillers still carry a stubborn drawback. They can migrate unexpectedly, even spreading beyond the natural lip line and creating a lopsided appearance. This revealed an intriguing paradox. In the pursuit of perfection, results sometimes expose new flaws. Yet it was precisely this imperfection that drew even more curiosity. Was Lauren aware of it? Would she choose to correct it further or accept the risk as part of her beauty journey? What mattered most was that, despite these small signs, Lauren's overall image remained striking. Her jawline was razor sharp, her cheekbones high, her skin glowing, and her eyes radiant, making it hard to believe she was already 53. The blend of triumphs and imperfections turned Lauren into a kind of mystery figure in the beauty world, where every public appearance felt like a new chapter in her unfolding story of reinvention. The year 2022 may not have marked a revolution in her look, but it revealed a universal truth. Maintaining perfection is a continuous battle, where each small victory only opens the door to another challenge. For Lauren, this was not just about appearance, but a steadfast commitment to the image she had spent 2 decades carefully constructing.